Hi, I'm Charles Carson, Associate Professor of Musicology and Ethnomusicology at the Butler School of Music at the University of Texas at Austin, and I'm also proud to say that I'm the Mike and Patty Eschbermer Scholar in Residence for the Austin Opera. And basically, what that means is I get to talk to wonderful people like yourself about opera. And I'm here to do that today as I welcome you to my opera overture in preparation for the opening of the 2025-26 Austin Opera season, which begins with the wonderful event, Celebrate Opera. Now, before we get to the actual production, I did want to take some time to address some questions about attending the opera, especially if you're a first timer. Welcome. Number one, what do I wear? Come as you are. Be comfortable, just be willing to be there. You'll see me, I'm always dressed pretty comfortably, and I'm always wearing really awesome sneakers. So make sure you come up and talk to me about those if you want to. The other thing I get asked is, where do I sit? Should I sit in the front row? Should I sit in the middle? Should I sit in the orchestra, the mezzanine? Sit wherever you want. They're all great seats. The houses are designed to make sure that you can hear and see from pretty much any vantage point, and the performers can belt out notes to the highest, furthest back part of the building. So it really doesn't matter where you sit. I guess the number one thing is going to be ticket price. And this is another thing people often have misconceptions about when it comes to the opera. Opera is not prohibitively expensive. It's a fraction of the cost of a Taylor Swift concert, if I can say so myself. But you can find ticket prices pretty much at any range. So I'd say find a ticket that sort of fits your pocketbook and just show up and come as you are. I guess another question I get, and this might be the most important question for a lot of people in terms of keeping them away, would be language. A lot of people come to me and they say, "Well, I don't speak Italian. How can I go to the opera?" Well, first of all, opera comes in all different languages, from English, obviously English, to French, to Italian, to Russian, and to Spanish, as we're going to see. Now, the interesting thing is we will project above the screen real-time translations, something called supertitles, and they're translated into English, and they sort of follow along with the text that's being sung. So you'll be able to follow the plot pretty much the whole time, no problems, right, using that technique, okay? So don't be scared about language. The other thing I get is kind of just generally what to expect. It's a fun time. Everyone's excited. Everyone is really energized and amped for the performance, and that includes the performers, by the way. And so when you show up, there'll be people mingling in the lobby, just having fun. Feel free to talk to strangers and make new friends. Through the performance, it's typically quiet, so we'll have our phone silenced. Not a lot of conversation happen during the performance because we really want to fall into the performance itself. It's a really wonderful experience to kind of lose yourself in that performance. During the intermission, people mingle again. They talk about what they've seen. They ask questions. If you see me, come up and talk to me. I'm happy to talk to you during intermission as well. And then when we come back from intermission, it's more of the same sort of focus that we're really into. Often it's the after party, if you so to speak. It's when you're walking back to the car. It's when you're driving home that a lot of the excitement happens. At least I know it does in my household as we debate kind of productions and performers and performances. It's a wonderful, wonderful time. So this is a very relaxed atmosphere. It's not really snooty. It's not snobby at all. So it's Austin. It's a typical Austin experience, and of course, you're welcome to that. I would invite you to show up a little bit early. About an hour before curtain, I will be giving a pre-performance talk for most performances that goes into more detail. This is an introduction video, and it's meant to sort of kind of break the ice for you. But if you want to ask questions, you want to talk to me, I'm always there before performances, and I'm happy to talk to you. Now, this season marks the 40th anniversary of the Austin Opera Company, and it's an opportunity to look back on all that's been accomplished during that time. From the big stars who've come through here, through the larger-than-life, vibrant productions, to the young stars and new faces who came through here and are now big names, right? It's also an opportunity to look forward as we begin and hopefully soon complete the construction on the Butler Performance Center, a cultural hub that'll feature 180-seat theater, rehearsal spaces, conference spaces, as well as the most important thing for Austinites, parking. Now, this celebration provides us an opportunity to celebrate a couple of recent things that have happened here at Austin Opera, including the commitment to Spanish language programming made possible by the generous support of the Butler Fund for Spanish Programming here at Austin Opera, curated by our very own mezzo-soprano Claudia Chapo. Now, what this does is provide opportunities to program and commission works in Spanish. It features events like the Concerts at the Consulate, which is a mix of speakers and music hosted by the Mexican consulate here in Austin. It also helps to support main stage productions like the recent mariachi opera, Cruzar la Cara de la Luna. And looking forward, it's helping to commission new works like the chamber opera Ofrenda. This also gives us an opportunity to crow about new developments and new approaches to repertoire within the company, including staging more musical theater on the main stage. Now, this is something a lot of opera companies have been doing lately, and as a means of both expanding repertoire and providing new challenges and mixing it up for the contemporary audiences and their current audiences, but then also to attract other audiences, new audiences, fresh audiences to help keep the opera tradition alive, bring people into the fold, and help them support opera going forward in the country. Now, this is where I get to go into professor mode a little bit. Musical theater and opera aren't as separate as many people think. In fact, they're kind of first cousins. Some of the earliest sort of unified musical theater shows were in fact light opera or something called operetta. And it was the influx of jazz and forms of popular music that helped to sort of separate them more, right? And change voice types, change instrumentation. But ultimately, they're very closely related. And a lot of the big roles in musical theater kind of demand operatically trained voices. So this is an opportunity for us to help to bring in new audiences and to help help to re-engage audiences who've been around for a long time. Don't worry, the classics aren't going anywhere. Now let's get to the production Celebrate Opera, upcoming here in November. Now, normally at this point in the video, I would talk to you about the plot of the opera. I would talk to you about the roles, the voice types, maybe a little historical context, the bio of the composer, the role of the orchestra, all that fun stuff. And do watch those videos because they are fun. But in this case, we have too much for me to talk about everything included in this performance. This is a veritable buffet of opera hits, including everything ranging from Verdi to Wagner and Bizet to Bernstein. Now, you're going to get to see showstoppers like Sempre Libera from Traviata. You're going to get to see the heartbreaking optimism of Butterfly as she sings Un bel dì. If you like tenors, you're going to get to hear the three most famous tenor arias in opera, taken from Traviata.
dolci fremiti che suscita l'amore, poiché quell'occhio al cuore onnipotente va. Viviamo, amor, amore, fra i calici più cari baci avrà.
From Turandot,
Al mio mistero è chiuso in me, il nome mio nessun saprà, no, sulla tua bocca dirò, quando la
and from Rigoletto.
È sempre misero chi a lei s'affida, chi le confida, mal cauto il core, pur mai non sentesi felice appieno chi in su quel seno non liva amore. La donna è mobile, qua più male vento, muta l'accento e di pensier,
all in one place. And if that wasn't enough, we're going to throw in some Carmen, of course, and even some Gershwin. Remember, before it was a jazz standard, Summertime was an opera aria, right? Don't forget that. In addition to big voices, we're also going to feature the orchestra. We're going to hear such big hits as the Triumphal March from Aida. We're going to get to hear Ride of the Valkyries. We're going to get to hear the Overture to the Magic Flute, which is a piece that's near and dear to my heart, as the Magic Flute was the first opera I saw when I was 8 years old that started me on my journey to you, for better or worse. I hope you can join us on November 15th and 16th and bring a friend. This is an excellent opportunity to introduce someone to opera, because you're going to get so much different things of what the Austin Opera has to offer, all on one plate, so to speak, right? Now, remember, this is just an opener for a season that includes such big hits as Fiddler on the Roof and, yes, La Boheme. Thank you for joining me on this brief journey into the Celebrate Opera production coming to the Austin Opera. And I welcome the opportunity for us to see so much wonderful opera all in one place on one night. And I hope you'll join me and bring a friend. Remember, you can show up about an hour before curtain for a pre-performance talk by myself. And if you see me there before, after intermission or whatever, please feel free to come up and talk to me. Ask me questions, introduce yourself. I'm happy to meet people and answer any questions you may have. And I hope you'll join us in celebrating the next 40 years of Austin Opera. Thank you.